First and foremost, giving all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. And today's lesson is going to be the Prodigal Son. This is the book of St. Luke 15 verse 11, and I'm going to read until verse 32. And he said, a certain man had two sons, and the younger of them said to his father, Father, give me the portion of goods that falleth to me. And he divided unto them his living. And not many days after, the younger son gathered all together and took his journey into a far country, and there wasted his substance with riotous living. And riotous living means reckless living, undisciplined living, immoral living. Pretty much, his younger son was a degenerate. And when he had spent all, there arose a mighty famine in that land, and he began to be in want. And he went and joined himself to a citizen of that country, and he sent him into his fields to feed swine. And he would fain have filled his belly with the husk that the swine did eat, and no man gave unto him. And when he came to himself, he said, how many hired servants of my father's have bread enough and to spare, and I perish with hunger. I will arise and go to my father, and will say unto him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and before thee. The younger son is admitting his sins and his faults. And that's what Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai wants us Israelites to do, is to admit our sins. That's step one. And step two is to forsake our sins. And I'm no more worthy to be called thy son. Make me as one of thy hired servants. And he arose and came to his father. But when he was yet a great way off, his father saw him and had compassion, and ran and fell on his neck and kissed him. Since his younger son admitted to his sins and was sorry for the sins he committed, his father showed mercy to his son. A good father will forgive his son. And the son said unto him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and in thy sight, and I am no more worthy to be called thy son. But the father said to his servants, Bring forth the best robe, and put it on him, and put a ring on his hand, and shoes on his feet, and bring hither the fatted calf, and kill it, and let us eat and be merry. For this my son was dead, and is alive again. He was lost, and is found. And they began to be merry. His son was lost because of the life he was living, but his younger son repented and forsook his sins. And now the father loves his son again. Now his elder son was in the field, and as he came and drew nigh to the house, he heard music and dancing. And he called one of the servants and asked what these things meant. And he said unto him, Thy brother is come, and thy father had killed the fatted calf, because he had received him safe and sound. And he was angry and would not go in. Therefore came his father out and entreated him. And he answering said to his father, Lo, these many years do I serve thee, neither transgressed I at any time thy commandment, and yet thou never gavest me a kid that I might make merry with my friends. So the father's older son is like, my whole life I served you, and I didn't sin against you. So how come you never threw a party of this magnitude for me? But as soon as this thy son was come, which had devoured thy living with harlots, thou hast killed for him the fatted calf. The older son is saying to his father, your younger son has been living a wild, reckless life, and he's been with harlots, and you give to him the fatted calf. And he said unto him, Son, thou art ever with me, and all that I have is thine. It was meet that we should make merry and be glad. For this thy brother was dead, and is alive again, and was lost, and is found. The father is saying to his oldest son, you should be happy too that your younger brother hath forsaken his way of living, and now I'm proud to be his father again. The prodigal son. Shalom.